All right, let's go ahead and put our butterfly in. I'm going to do a side-facing butterfly, not one on the front, and the butterfly is going to be flying in from this side. I'm going to try really hard not to get my hand in the way, but it's very possible that it might. So remember that we want to do the butterfly wings are rounded triangles. There's the first one. And then another one goes down below like this and kind of connects to it. And we know that there are wings on the other side, but we're not going to spend too much time on that, so it's just going to be like that, okay? And all of those connect to this thorax. And then the abdomen probably will be a little bit curved like this. And then you've got the head of the butterfly and its feelers like that, okay? Now, the hard part, of course, is getting all of the detail into the wings of the butterfly. And this curve is fine, but we want to start adding the curve, the scallops for our butterfly wings going in like that. And then like that. And we've got another one going over like that. Okay? Then inside, remember we start with one long teardrop shape up at the top. Do that here, and you can also do it on the one that's behind. I'm not going to put too much detail into that one. And then we had those long kind of teardrop shapes almost all the way up to, but not touching the first one that we drew like that. Because remember, we want to have that black space in between those shapes that we've created. And then, let's do that on the bottom too. Long skinny teardrop shapes. And then if you have any more room, you can do more shapes like that, or you can just go ahead and start adding some big dots in here. The eyes of the butterfly. You can put in as many as you want to and make it your own. And let's see, oh, we need to have a big eyeball. And then when you see them from the side, you can see their long tongue that's sticking out like this. And then you might want to add some legs to it. All coming out of the thorax, not the abdomen, like that. All right, there's our butterfly. All right, let's go ahead and go down below. And now this is where we're going to add our cute little animals. We're going to do the chick and the bunny. The chick is going to be over here on the side. Remember, we start with a big circle for his belly. And we're going to overlap the basket. And then we're going to do another kind of overlapping circle for his head. And then we had ovals for his wings that are not really yet formed. And then we had ovals, this is going to be a really fat chick, that's okay, for his legs like this. Okay, and then his beak kind of comes around, follow the curve of this circle. That's where his comb is going to be, and you want to have a triangle right there. Okay, kind of a rounded triangle on this side. And that rounded triangle is going to actually have 3 points right about here, like that. And his eyeball, you can go ahead and rough that in right there. It's going to go there. And the other one is on the other side. We can't see too much of it. Okay, now let's go down here and do his feet. 2 straight lines on either side, and they stand on 3 toes like this, 3 long triangles. If you don't remember how to do these, go ahead and go back to the video that we did earlier in the week. I'm trying to move fairly quickly so this video doesn't take too long. And we're going to do the bunny over here on the other side. This should be a little bit bigger than the chick. So remember, we started with the head as a rounded triangle like this. It's a little bit longer on these 2 sides than it is on this back side. And then we're going to put a circle underneath it for his chest. And then another circle that kind of intersects those 2 as well for his hind legs and his back, like that. Okay. Now his ears are going to overlap the flowers. That's okay. Remember, anything that overlaps the thing that's in front looks like it's closer to us, and those things that are being overlapped look like they're further behind. All right, so let's go ahead and start adding some detail in here. I think I'm going to not quite as exaggerate the ears as I did before. Make them a little bit smaller so that they look like they might belong to a real bunny. Like that. And then you want to start working on the detail of the face. So it's kind of flat across the top, And then it comes down. I'm going to change the shape of this a little bit so we can see where the mouth goes. Remember when it goes up there, that's where his mouth goes. And then the curve goes back like this to create his bunny head. Now underneath the lip is just a little curve. And then we've got this really flat little triangle for his nose. And then we have two big ovals. The one that's facing us is going to be way bigger than the one that's not facing us like this. And remember, when we inked this in, we actually put a little bit of a highlight in here so that when we colored in, that circle in the middle is not going to be colored in. So it just gives us a little bit of interest, okay? Then we're going to do the chest. Looks fine. Going to add a little bit of fur. I'm not going to make this one as furry as I did our example because I went back and looked at it and thought, that doesn't look as good. We're going to do ovals for his feet, like this. A little bit of a foot down here on this side, and then we're going to have his big leg, the back leg coming out like this, and another oval for his foot down here, and then for his tail. Like that. Okay, let's add in those details. Little bunny feet. Like that. And like I said, I'm not going to add as much fluff or fur. I'm going to do the tail fluffy. And then maybe just a little bit down here around the back. Like that. And there's our bunny, tucked in really close to the basket. You might have to alter the basket just a little bit to make it look like he's not standing on the basket. And then the last thing I wanted to do, of course, was add some Easter eggs. I love decorating the Easter eggs. And we want to have, I'm going to do 3 of them here. Actually, I think I'll just do 2. I'll do one standing up. Remember, an egg is pointier at one end and rounder at the other. And then the other one, I'm just going to have it laying down like this. Rounder at one end and then pointier at the other, like this. I do think I want to have 3. Put a third one down here. Make sure that you can see that well. Okay. And then you can decorate these any way that you want to. Let your imagination go wild. I'm actually going to wait until I ink these in a little bit before I do that. So I'm just going to leave them the way they are. This one is going to be the one in front, so I can erase that line so it doesn't confuse me when I go back and ink it.